By the time this airs, it'll be a day before your meeting with Judge Kavanaugh for the Supreme Court. You talked with Joe earlier about what you're going to be asking for, but I'd be interested to hear what you're going to be looking for in that meeting.
Well, there's a variety of things I'm going to ask about. I'm going to focus a lot of my questioning about dark money in politics. It was an extraordinarily activist decision when the Supreme Court decided that corporations were people and that there was an entitlement somehow in our law that they can give unlimited anonymous contributions to political campaigns. Unlimited anonymous. Now, you're going to see in Missouri, by the time this election is over, right now, I think 80 to 90% of the money that's been spent on behalf of Josh Hawley has come from third-party groups. You don't hear, I'm Josh Hawley and I approve of this ad very often. If you hear, I'm Josh Hawley and I approve of this ad, or I'm Claire McCaskill and I approve of this ad, you can go online and see who all of our donors are. But the vast majority of the money that is being spent on behalf of Josh Hawley is, in fact, this anonymous money.
Now, his campaign, though, has been saying, well, if you look at the money that the Senate Majority PAC is spending on your behalf. Just as bad. Okay.
I feel just as strongly about that. I've said over and over again publicly, this door swings both ways. I recommend to everyone, ignore every ad that you can't figure out who paid for it. And the Supreme Court did that. And so I want to look at his decisions. I'm reading, I feel like I'm in law school again. I'm reading so many opinions these days. I'm going to ask him questions about that.
Why
about the activist view he had and others on the court have had about corporations. Our founding fathers were no fans of corporations. They didn't even trust corporations. So this is an activist court that's doing this to our country.
Why do you think that there are Democratic groups that are engaging in unidentified donor practices when people like you are so out front saying that this is wrong? I mean, I understand the argument that you wouldn't unilaterally disarm by not using PACs, but I don't quite understand why there's secret money in the Democratic wing as well as the Republican wing. I mean, you could still have that money, but just say where it's coming from. Why do you think that's happening?
It's a good question. I certainly call on all the organizations that are funding these ads to list their donors. I like my side of that. I think if they listed the donors that are paying for Josh Hawley's ads, Missouri would appreciate the enemies I've made. I think they'd like the fact that I'd made this list of enemies. So I certainly call on all of the dark money groups to voluntarily disclose their donors. I think that would be a terrific step forward. I don't think they're going to do that, though. And the argument they make is we can't unilaterally do what the other side won't do. That's the argument they make. I don't know how valid that argument is.